The following program was paid for by Southern American Media. Fox 30 WGBC invites you to the talk of all the towns in East Mississippi and West Alabama. Welcome to Mornings with Scotty Ray and Candace.
Good morning. I'm your friend Scotty Ray, along with Candace, on a mostly cloudy morning, 57 right now. And shockingly, it's going to be 71 with sunshine.
I know. I said I'll be shedding this scarf.
Yeah, I think
soon.
so.
Yeah, it's not bad out there right now, though.
Oh, beautiful morning to go for a walk.
Yeah, it would be a nice morning to walk.
But so drastic from what it was just a mere couple of days ago when we were all teeth chattering trying to make it through the morning.
Right. And then we have to look forward to possible on Monday, maybe severe.
Yeah, we've got several things that are shaking loose weather-wise. We've got some flash flooding for tomorrow night. And then on Monday, after we get into the new year, it's going to be possibly some storms brought up with that. And let me see if I can get to that real quick and pull this up for everybody where you can take a look at what we've got going on here. Now, this is for tomorrow night. The flash flooding that is coming up on us, 2 to 3 inches possible in a very, very short time. So if you'll see that all of this area is a level 1 for flash flooding for Friday night, late Friday evening. And then this is where we're at right now when we get to Monday. I've been watching this behind the scenes. And again, it's not confirmed that it's going to be horrible, but it's all shaping up. Just to the west of us is the level 2 as we pull this up. The Meridian area right now is a level 1. Now, this includes most of Neshoba County, but that extreme northwestern corner up here is a level 2. And when you go up Highway 15 and you go through Noxapater, when you get to Louisville, y'all will be a level 2 and out to our west. I do expect this to shift. Now, with that being said, that means the possibility of tornadic activity again during this early part of the year tornado season. If you do not follow us, do so on YouTube or on Facebook, follow to where you'll have in-depth coverage of the weather street by street up to your home, to where we do it when it turns bad live the entire time. Make sure you're following so you'll have it.
Yes.
Don't want you hurt.
No, we didn't.
How many people's coming to the shelter at your house this time?
I don't know.
All of y'all?
I don't know. My mother, when I told her the weather was probably going to get bad, maybe she goes, "Oh no, no."
Y'all are coming back.
Yeah. Well, she just it makes her nervous, I think, when so many people.
Weather is a concerning factor for so many people.
Yeah, but I mean, we want everybody to stay safe, so. We're still looking into getting a storm shelter put in our house.
You've been looking for 4 years.
I know. Well, we just have been putting it off.
Y'all trying to get the new model with new features?
I don't know. We just usually run to my mother's house, but it would be a lot more convenient if we just, had one. But they are kind of pricey, so.
Depending upon the model you get, how many folks you want to cram in there.
Yeah.
Talk to them. They'll get you fixed up there.
Yeah,
we had a report that I got tagged in this that somebody had lost their class ring. You can imagine losing your class ring, how distraught you'd be, especially if you just got it. Now I got one somewhere that I hadn't touched probably since I graduated.
Yeah, mine is in my jewelry box.
As we look at this, this comes in. Martha Green posted this, and she lost this in Quitman. They had stopped to go to the restroom and pulled it off to wash their hands. So if you've been there in the Quitman area, Cinda, written on that. If you happen to see that in the Quitman area, they'd love to have it back. I think they even have a reward being offered for the class ring. Supposedly the CEFCO in Quitman. So if you see it, they'd love to have that back.
Off of Highway 45. Goodness, I hope she does get it back, because that's just, that's a part of your history.
Yeah.
Your past.
It as you were talking about, they do now have it to where you can get class rings in, 5th grade?
Well, it's junior high, and I don't know, to each his own. If you want to do that, that's fine. I didn't allow mine to get it, because I just figured it'd be like, it just kind of takes away from the
real ring.
The fun of getting yours in high school, right? So, anyway. And I think that's it's kind of like you've reached a goal and you get your class. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, anyway, we just waited.
Then your parents make payments for years.
Yeah. They are expensive, a lot more expensive now than they used to be, I will say.
As we turn to this, we want to put out a bolo. We'll go to Kemper County for this next here. And this was stolen, Highway 495 in the Damascus area. Now, as you can tell, that sticks out like a sore thumb. You just don't run down the road in this.
Right.
So they would love to have it back. It was taken somewhere between the hours of 1 Tuesday afternoon and the early morning hours of Wednesday. If you happen to notice, contact James Moore. You'll find him sitting up at the Kemper County Sheriff's Department. If you can't locate him, call the Mouth of the South. Betty Lynn will get in touch with her husband and make sure the entire police force knows what's going on.
She'll find it for you, I'm sure.
She's kind of like the 911 operator at Kemper County.
That's right.
One
if they
button,
put
all
her
her
on the
friends know.
on the thing, she's gonna get it. she will.
Find it, Betty Lynn. So we do hope they find this. Again, that was taken in Kemper County. And as always, if you're missing something, let us know about it. We'll spread the word for you as well. We don't like criminals. We don't like them taking what's yours.
That's right. Work too hard for your things, you know.
Matter of fact, Ward kind of felt the same way we did. Chief Deputy Ward Calhoun, they have made an arrest with the Lauderdale County Sheriff's Department. I don't know if y'all have seen this yet, but accused at this point will stand trial Grerory Dylan Corsello. Accused of burglary of 2 buildings, commercial buildings, in the Meridian area. In jail at this time, waiting at the Lauderdale County Detention Center. You can visit our webpage there, sammedia.network, and click that and read the entire arrest report. We have them all there from Kemper, Newton County, Neshoba County, Lauderdale County. If you want to read about any of this, someone gets arrested in your neighborhood, it's all there for the like and click and read. It's the latest craze.
Yeah. It's not, I mean, it's good to be able to see what's going on.
Right. And you say, I knew them neighbors. I knew all along they was up to something over there. And then you got the evidence on it.
Yeah.
We also have a pet page. We're going to be putting more on that as pets become lost. We've got one of those pages also.
Yeah, like we said, you know, New Year's Eve's coming up. They're going to be shooting fireworks. If you have a pet that you know is scared of fireworks or possibly even could be, just, you know, make sure that you have them in the house or put them up to where they, you know, can't run off, or to where it shelters them from the noise.
Right.
But I did not know until yesterday that they had fireworks that were kind of silent. Almost, you know.
Yeah.
So that would be a good thing if you have pets.
Doesn't spook you as bad there.
Yeah.
As we look at this is one of those, we do hope a good ending comes to the story. As we go to Pontotoc County, Mississippi, we've got a 1-year-old and 2 other siblings missing here. A 7-year-old, a 1-year-old from Pontotoc County there. And we do hope that they are found safely as we do that. We've got that listed on our page also if you'd like to read more about that. Hopefully everything will turn out good in the end for them and that family.
Yes.
Always a scary, scary situation. You know, it usually happens with the very young or the very elderly of someone coming up out of place. Is that the word for it?
Yeah.
So
do they think that it might be family members?
That's what I'm thinking. As you read between the lines, and that gets into that domestic stuff there of what's going on. Well, let's see what else. There was a party yesterday. I don't know if y'all know about this. I went up to and I had originally gotten word that it was going to be the first floor of the Lauderdale County Annex building. And I walked in and I sat down and I thought, Lord, this man ain't got no friends. And didn't know I am it. Then I got a text. No, we fooled you. It's upstairs on the 6th floor. And so I went up and it was standing room only. And a lot of people turned out to this big event. It hadn't been for Gerald Wayne, I wouldn't have got a sandwich. He pushed them all out the way and said, get out the way, this man needs one. As we all went up and retirement party for Judge Ricky.
Ricky Roberts.
Ricky Roberts is retiring as being a judge. And if you'll look down this hall, I'm telling you, it was just packed with people that had come in for the big celebration. I hope you had a chance to go by and take some of that wonderful food that was up there. I don't know who all catered that. Whole bunch of them Roberts up there. And congratulations of getting to retire from that.
Yes.
Wish him luck. But huge turnout. Folks everywhere.
Yeah, that's a good thing that you were able to retire.
I forgot to wear my skinny jeans to fit in the hall. Everybody trying to get by. Wow. And there's something about those elevators in the Annex building. And a big thank you to the ladies over the Lauderdale County Sheriff's Department. I rode with them up. Now, I looked at that little button over there. I don't trust that elevator. Is it just me?
An older elevator?
Yeah.
Yeah.
When's the last time you had to go pay a speeding ticket or something? I think it's 6th floor that you have to go pay that.
Yeah, I'm not sure which floor it is, but I've been in I've been in that elevator before, but I've been in an older elevator, it seemed like, that had the little thing that come across in the Hewlett's furniture building.
Yeah.
You ever been in that one?
Yep, 3-foot building. It used to have that. I don't know if it does now or not.
Yeah, the old, when it was Mark's Rothenberg, that store, I went in there with my grandmother when I was
that little lady that operated it.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
She was
Those
sweet.
would kind of make you go, do
Yes. Wasn't it the crank on it?
I think so. It was one of the older ones. So really neat, but yeah. Somebody said elevator is creepy.
They are.
Yeah.
It is. It gives me the willies. I'm not going to lie about it.
Fine as long as that cable just holds.
But I guess we watched too many movies.
Yeah. I've seen too many movies where that thing just unravels.
And then the brakes fail. Right.
I'm sure they keep that maintained,
Don't make me feel no better. Cause
I don't like elevators at all. It just makes me, how when it takes off, it gives you that queasy feeling in your stomach. Yeah. Or the fear of getting
absolutely means
up in there.
I would never survive the Empire State Building. Mm-hmm. Ain't no way, no how.
Have you ever been on one and it stops in between the floors?
Yes.
And you're looking at the floor when it opens up and you're like, oh my gosh.
Yeah, ain't a good feeling either.
It's not a good feeling.
More coming up with Scotty Ray and Candace. Good morning, y'all. Thursday, believe it or not.
Mm-hmm.
Tate's Fireworks in Marion is open Monday through Saturday, 10 a.m. till 8 p.m. And again on New Year's Eve from 8 a.m. until. They offer professional grade fireworks at a low price. And if you don't want to scare your pets, they offer versions that are sensory friendly. Video monitors placed throughout their store to demonstrate how they perform in the sky. Tate's Fireworks has maintained the same great prices they offered last year. Be sure to check out their buy one, get one bins. And don't forget, they guarantee no duds at Tate's. Shop local with Jeff Tate and family at Tate's Fireworks in Marion and Collinsville.
Freeman Tractor on Highway 494 invites you by to take a look at a brand new product they've got. Odes, ATVs, and UTVs. These side-by-sides range from 800 to 1,000 cc's and they come with heat or air. Whether you're doing work around the farm or hunting, they've got the unit just for you to keep warm or cool depending upon that Mississippi and Alabama day. Swing by for a test drive today at Freeman Tractor. See coleslaw, buttermilk, and don't forget you can meet their newest employee, Eggplant. That's Freeman Tractor, Highway 494.
If you've got an outdoorsman on your Christmas list, make sure to drop into Garrett's. Quality pocket knives with the latest fishing gear of rod and reels. Maybe it's a new set of binoculars or a new scope. With one of the largest selection of firearms, you're sure to find the one you need. Protect your investment with a Browning fireproof safe. With a large selection of deer condos, including the new style, the hay bale. Come by for a quick look. It's all at Garrett's, 3505 8th Street, your Christmas headquarters.
Have you been in an auto accident? Call Will Parker. Get the help you deserve. Call Will Parker. Don't settle for less and know your rights. Call Will Parker. Call or go online at parkerfirm.net. Call your Meridian lawyer, Will Parker.
I have got to disagree with Mama Chick's advice that she's just added. If you're watching this from television for the first time, you can comment with us on YouTube or Facebook and comment with us as we talk through the morning show. But Mama Chick just told me to take the stairs. I'd feel safer. That is not at all true. You know why? Because you can look down and it's and I panic.
Yeah.
I could not handle it.
Mama Chick, is that a nickname?
Yeah, she owned the Chicken Shack.
Oh, Mama Chick. Okay.
Mama Chick. That's how she got her name.
Okay. Oh, I used to go to the Chicken Shack.
Yeah. She
chicken
was
strips.
the ringleader.
Yeah.
It was like the social place of Kemper County for umpteen dozen years. But I cannot handle staircases for that reason only. It's just too far down. And I don't like nothing that's got a winding staircase and I can see. I get
Well, you
dizzy.
look down and just see the...
Well, I can't. Honestly, I cannot walk a straight line. If I were to get the sobriety test, I would fail because I cannot. My equal whatever is off.
Yeah. Have you seen?
Is it your equal librarian or is it equilibrium?
Equilibrium, I think. Talking about sobriety tests, have you seen that video? It's been around for years of the lady law enforcement officer who stops the man, has a cowboy hat on.
Yes.
And she tells him to do. She's doing all these dance moves and wants him to repeat it. Well, he does it. And then some, and then gives her a suggestion. You ought to throw this in and do this. And then he throws his hat up in there.
It was
she
good.
goes, that's pretty good. And she said, well, why don't you try to do this, this, and this? And he goes, I can't do that.
I'm drunk.
I'm drunk. And she goes, oh, really? So He just kind of gave it away.
It was too funny.
It was funny.
If you were sitting on your front porch last night just to the east of Meridian, you kept seeing all these fancy lights go by, and you go, what's going on? Well, here's what was happening last night as we turned to this. Why Not Mississippi made the headlines. As we look at this, this is a train. Why is a train important? It caught on fire last night.
Oh, goodness.
And as we look at this, that's where it happened there. As we go back, we even got the wings out. Rodney Wing was live on location last night as we went to this. And inside the train, where the air filter was, it caught on fire. They got it out pretty quick-like. But let me tell you what, when they hit that panic button, everybody comes.
Yeah.
He was boogie there, boogie there.
I'm glad they were able to get it put out.
Yeah, no major damage whatsoever. I think there was a little smoke inside the engine, all taken care of pretty quick there. Now, there was some controversy yesterday, and I did misunderstand it when I first got this picture. Let me show you this picture. 22nd Avenue, you're leaving downtown Meridian, you're trying to go home. There were some people that got confused, and then as they got confused, I got confused.
Yeah, we were trying to figure this out last night. We were looking at the picture.
Here's the picture. This is the, let me zoom in on this. This is the 18th Avenue Bridge as you come down. There used to be a red light there. This is actually the railroad access from underneath the bridge. That stop sign is for the access there, but they put it up just a tad too tall, and people were mistaking it for the 18th Avenue Bridge and stopping.
Well, yeah, that would be... I mean, I could understand that.
Yeah, and I thought at first it was for A Street, and they had just turned it wrong. So that's where I made my mistake. But it was actually for the railroad there. And I think they're going to go back and shorten it just a little bit there.
And they might need to put a railroad sign.
It'd stick out better, wouldn't it?
Like, lower that and then...
I really thought the red light was going back in there, but I have not heard. But if you got confused like I did, that's what that was all about.
Yeah, I wonder how many people were stopping at the bottom of the bridge.
I think it was quite a few. When I got that text of, why is this happening? I don't know.
Can you imagine the people who reach the peak, and if there's a line of people, that would cause a problem.
Right. And I wanted to address this. I have still yet to get an answer from Meridian Police Department. I did submit another question yesterday about the person who passed away on Murphy Road. Is this a murder investigation or not? It is. The original wording that we got was it was being investigated as a possible murder. Now, I would think this many days after it, by now you would know. We still have not gotten that answer. I'm going to go out on a limb, and I would bet money that it will most likely be the 16th murder investigation of the year for Meridian. Have I officially gotten that in writing from the Meridian Police Department? I have not. Again, if you're watching, we'd like to know the answer to that so we can pass that on to the citizens here in Lauderdale County so they'll kind of know what happened.
Yeah.
We know more, but we're waiting for an official statement from the police department to say that. Barely in the city limits where all that happened.
Well, like we said yesterday, the people in the surrounding houses around there, are probably on edge.
Yeah,
right
you'd
now.
like
they
to
want
know.
And hopefully they've got leads as to what happened.
Yeah, so we're waiting for answers on that, and we do hope that. And again, as we broke the news this weekend, and I have not officially gotten a statement from the Meridian Police Department, but I do know that they made an arrest of the gentleman that was robbed at the tobacco vape store there on 18th Avenue, right across from Cash Savers. If y'all remember, the owner of the store was attacked and stabbed.
Right.
They have caught and arrested someone in that. We do not have the name. He had shaved his face, had a different appearance, and a great job to the MPD for making that arrest. But we would like to know more about that, what his name was, and all of those details. We're waiting on that also.
I think it was a citizen that tipped somebody off.
It was.
Right? So that's a good thing. They can't do it without the citizens helping too. A lot of times, the people and everybody working together.
That's right. He was sitting there eating an egg McMuffin and looked out the window and goes,
Right.
There he is.
Yeah.
And it's all because we got those pictures out there. But no matter wherever you saw it, in what media, I'm glad that made it out there where people could identify someone. And that's how great it is to have media to put things out, because you do recognize folks that need to be taken out of society.
Right.
That's right. It helps solve things. Terry Shelton, good morning there. Glad to see you there.
Good morning.
Someone asked a minute ago, what day will we be changing the times? That didn't come out quite right. It will be January the 16th. This will move to 7 a.m. Candace is, from what we understand, is going to start cutting hair on the rodeo circuit and start making the rounds. She's bought a trailer and she's going to be cutting bull riders' haircuts in between.
Yeah, that's what I'm going to be doing. Yeah.
8 seconds to cut hair.
I don't think anybody want me cutting their hair in 8 seconds.
But for those of that did miss the show yesterday, you've decided that you wanted to do something at home or something like that.
Well, I'm just making a change, so I think it's going to be better for me. I just, I've got another job along with this job, and just, I've got stuff coming up where at some point my mother's going to have a surgery, and I don't know. It's just a lot of things to consider, but I've really enjoyed it, and I appreciate everybody that has, given me words of encouragement along the way, and so I just it's been fun. It really has been a learning experience because I'd never done anything like that. But
ain't nothing quite like this.
Yeah, it's not, and so it's been fun, and I wish you luck with the rest of. When you get your new co-host and everything.
Yeah, we'll be making an announcement hopefully pretty soon there as to who will be coming in. We'll
That's right.
let you know hopefully next week there as we get everything kind of wrapped up as we make this change. 7 a.m. a little bit earlier, 1 hour earlier, so you have to kind of get out of bed. But if you miss, you can always watch on YouTube if that hour throws you off. And some folks it does. So for the rest of you that are up, make sure you're here with us. We had some brush fires. Who are you waving at?
Just sweet comments over here. People saying they're gonna miss.
Yeah, I thought you were.
I'm gonna miss. I'm gonna miss the fun of seeing everybody's comments and
oh
everything.
yeah.
But if you see me out, just tell me hey.
Candaloo.
Yeah. Anyway.
We had a brush fire yesterday. Matter of fact, Candace, it was a bunch of them as we go here to take a look. We had I didn't turn it on, did I?
Not yet.
There we go.
There we go.
A brush fire out on Highway 494. We had the volunteer fire department right there. It was near Marshall Beeman Road in between the two as the volunteer fire department showed up to get that one put out. There would also be another one over at Hunter Ridge as we pull this up. They were everywhere as you'll look at this. A pretty common thing. Anything can spark a fire when it's dry.
Yeah, it can.
Now, the good thing that is going to happen tomorrow night is you won't have to worry about fireworks causing problems because it'll rain and then it'll be great for shooting fireworks over the weekend.
Right. That will be good. Wet all the grass and everything.
Bogue Flower Road. Whoops, y'all had a grass fire also. Let's go ahead and take a look at that one. If you saw all these guys, they were hustling. And ladies, though, let me back up. I almost left some ladies out. They were real big up in Lauderdale. Those ladies in the volunteer fire department worked really, really hard there. I know behind the scenes.
A lot of things, like house fires and stuff can happen in a hurry too. Well, people lighting all these candles during the holidays. I like to set a poinsettia on fire. I will say on my dining room table Christmas Day. Kurt come in there. He said, "You got all these candles lit on the table." I just blew out one because it was burning the leaf of poinsettia.
And I almost got it.
Yeah, I saw where somebody lit a candle under a wreath that was hanging above their fireplace. Caught the wreath on fire. They were spraying it with a fire extinguisher.
Now, you got to watch all that. And as you brought that up, we had an injury. Let me pull this up in Neshoba County, and if y'all are from that area there, let me pull this up and show you. And this is from Sam Media as we go there. A house fire happened on County Road 387, just as you said. It was a kitchen fire. Now, this would be at the intersection of 385 and 387. The volunteer fire department got there. And let's just be honest about this. I don't think that this gentleman would be, he's hurt, but it could have been so much worse. Home would have been lost if the volunteer fire department hadn't got there so quickly. He was rushed to Neshoba General. From there, he was flown to Jackson. After he got to Jackson, they realized that the condition was a little bit more, is the word worse than they realized? And then he was flown to New Orleans to a burn center. He received marks on his hands, in his face. Bless his heart. He's going through a rough time there. And then on top of that, I think he had another medical emergency that kind of caused all that.
Goodness.
We think about you in Neshoba County.
Yes.
Just a kitchen fire that quick. They contained the fire right there by the sink. But thank goodness he is alive. He's hurt pretty bad. He's going to need some prayers.
Yeah.
Neshoba County, y'all get up your prayer warriors up there.
Definitely hope he gets better soon. Goodness.
Yeah, I'm scared of fires.
Well,
That's why I could be a fireman. I respect y'all for dashing in, and
it can happen very fast.
Yeah, it
in
sure
the kitchen
can.
or anywhere. I mean, it can.
Yeah, so
Scary.
that's what. Good news for our friends in Louisville. Y'all got water again. It's been an ordeal north of here for folks. Kind of like the Jackson, Mississippi deal, where they didn't have water for a while.
Oh, yeah.
It's back on, but if you're in the Louisville area, you're watching this morning from down here, make sure you boil your water. The fire department says it's okay to start doing that now, but something to keep in mind.
Yeah.
You ever been to Van Cleve, Mississippi?
I haven't. I've heard of it, but I've never been there.
Somebody's skipping around this morning not telling their best friend nothing.
Oh, really?
Because they got a $1 million ticket that they bought in the lottery.
That's nice.
$1 million.
I would not be that lucky, but that's nice for them.
Wouldn't that be something?
It would be. Yeah, get $1 million.
That's fantastic. So eventually they will do that. And I want to say on that regular thing, it's over $600 million now.
I haven't kept up with it that much, but I know it's on up there. It's up there. My husband keeps up with it though. He does. Has to get one of those tickets every time. I bought the scratch offs before, and because the girl that I work with had won $100 twice in one day. She went and got a ticket, won $100, went and got another one, won another $100. So Candace goes up there to get her a ticket, and I didn't win anything. I think the only thing I've won is like $2 one time.
I hope you cashed it in. A lot of people will go, that ain't even worth going back
I
for
know
that.
they will, but I think it will buy you another ticket, buy you another chance.
Yeah, that's what it will do.
Yeah.
Jennifer said she's not sure where County Road 387 is there in Neshoba County. That's just to the west. It makes a loop where the Neshoba County Coliseum is. It's just across the street there, and it makes a loop. And that's where 385 and 387 is, just to the west of the Coliseum. Not far at all there. So if you're thinking about that. Let's see here, some other things that are happening. This is pretty big news on Donald Trump. I don't know if everybody's up on this. The January 6th committee has not given much intel other than, well, we're dropping the subpoena against Donald Trump. He doesn't need to come in anymore. Donald took the opportunity to go, they ain't got nothing on me. That's why they dropped that.
Right.
Because you all know if they could force him to sit in front of them, they would. The subpoena has been dropped. What do we know? Absolutely nothing other than it's gone.
Right.
So over the next few days, we hope some more information will come out of this, and we'll learn more.
Don't you think, though, that a lot of times they've done the things they've done just to cause, like we've said before, doubt in other people's minds?
Absolutely.
And so it just it gets everybody on a different mindset towards him. I mean, a lot of people, let's be honest, don't like him at all.
Well, it's imagine this. Let me paint a picture. You're getting your hair cut next to Candace here. She's cutting somebody's hair, and they're talking about somebody's truck that sat at somebody's house overnight. And you're sitting in this over here getting your hair done. You're going to go tell it.
Yeah.
And that's what they wanted.
Yeah, I think that's what they wanted too. But, I think he's got a lot going for him as far as, he did do good for our country. A lot of people don't believe that. They don't agree with that. But anyway.
Everybody's entitled to their own opinion.
That's right. They are. So let's
Trump says,
just sit back, watch, and see what
he says they knew I did nothing wrong is what his comment is this morning. We'll see.
I just wish he had a different,
Rhetoric?
what do you call it? Attitude or something. I don't know.
Yeah, but he can't. He just, he
I know,
literally, he kicks the door in and goes,
I think he has good ideas. I think, you know what I'm saying? I just think he goes about
it the wrong way.
Stuff that he, like this and this, just have no connection.
Yeah. And that's
There's
a fact.
no filter. Or he doesn't really think about what he says before
And
he says it.
sometimes you do need a filter in life. There's a time and a place for everything.
Yeah, there he is.
He ain't got it. He's going to step up and say whatever crosses that little mind of his.
Yeah.
More on the way as we get this Thursday morning started. Right now, again, we're into the 50s, almost to that 60-degree mark. Clouds are burning off. I see sunshine through the window now. We're headed towards 71. Woof. Y'all stay with us. We'll be right back.
Meridian's favorite barbecue is Squealer's Barbecue, named the barbecue capital for the state of Mississippi. Whether it's barbecue, wings, or burgers, Squealer's simply has the best for a family environment. Every Thursday night, there's live music out on the porch. Takeout orders are welcome, and whether it's your next tailgate or large catering event, your friends at Squealer's are there to help. Drop in out on the town. Squealer's Barbecue, the best in fine barbecue.
If you're looking for a deal, go to Facebook and type in East Mississippi Online Marketplace. Scroll through all of the pictures that are there and pick the item that you want to bid on. Bids end on Wednesday night and Sunday nights at 8 p.m. And the winning bid can pick up the product the next day. Again, it's easy to do. Go to Facebook, type in East Mississippi Online Marketplace, and find the items that you want to bid on and save a bunch of money. That's 2 different auctions, Wednesday and Sunday night. Both sales end at 8 p.m.
Have you been hurt on the job? Call Will Parker. Get the help you deserve. Call Will Parker. Know your rights when it comes to the workplace injuries. Call Will Parker. Call or go online at parkerfirm.net. Call your Meridian lawyer, Will Parker.
Well, One Stop, that's where you'll find Maples. One Stop, they've got a lot going on there. One of the clean, as a matter of fact, I was in there yesterday. I stopped and got me a cold drink. I was headed to town. Clean. Boy, you can smell the cleanness when you go in. Yes. Breakfast, you can smell that right now. Bacon and eggs and a whole lot more there with grits. You just can't get good grits everywhere. It's a lack of those in the world.
It is.
See them. Right. They'll find it for you. And a great menu coming up today. Two vegetables, a meat, a drink for about $8.99. You'll find it all there. They're great folks to take care of you at Maples. They're scattered across town with cold drinks, candy bars, pizza, all there. And again, that $6 million chance or $600 million chance. Let me back up on that. Find it there at the Pine Springs store, Bonita, Causeyville, also out at 31st. Broadmoor Chevron, our last chance tobacco, a great place to do that. Well, we have to say good morning all the way, where was that, Detroit that I saw. Where did he go there?
Right here, James Gully.
James.
Good morning.
Watching from Detroit. Glad you're there. Used to live in DeKalb, his hometown.
That's right.
Salute to you.
I want to mention a couple of birthdays because I was supposed to mention them yesterday, and I hope they're watching today so I can, redeem myself. Dawn Jones Powell had a birthday yesterday, so happy belated birthday. And also Jason Bateman, he was 33. He works at the Metro Ambulance, and he's a paramedic. So
hard worker.
I hate I missed that yesterday, but I wanted to tell y'all happy belated birthday.
Yeah. Didn't you say we had some Tupelo folks joining us also there?
Somebody from
Tupelo, Mississippi?
Tupelo, yeah. From Tupelo. Where was it?
Yeah, I got lost up in
Jennifer Ritchie.
Hey, Jennifer, glad
watching
you're
all the way up from Tupelo.
All right. As we look at a few things that happened on this date, this goes down as one of those forever things that people will never forget. A battle happened today in 1890. It would be one of the last battles between the United States and the American Indians. It would be called Wounded Knee. It goes down on this. 146 Sioux passed away on this. A big memorial there. That was a big day for battles that happened in the United States. Still worth mentioning there what happened in our past. 1936, and I want to make sure I say this right. I don't want to say this wrong and have a whole group chasing me later today with rocks. But this lady I would put as one of the first women that got out there that on her own, how am I trying to word this? It's not a women's lib, I don't think. Well, maybe it was back in the day, in the early 70s. But Mary Tyler Moore walked to her own beat and separated. She was one of the first women to do a lot of things. As we do that, there she is. It's her birthday. Mary Tyler Moore, born on this date, 1936 when she was born.
Gosh.
But she did. She had her own TV show. I think she ended up being the producer of it, throwing her hat up in the air in New York.
She was good. She was an icon on TV.
Try that now. You won't catch your hat. Somebody else will take it and run with it.
They would.
This guy is an avid, as we were talking about Trump a minute ago, he's an avid supporter of him. And it's not many in Hollywood that will do that. John Voight celebrating a birthday. He was the dad, if you ever watched National Treasury, he was the dad in that got tied up in the scene so it wouldn't look like he was giving him the car.
Now, isn't he, in real life, Angelina Jolie's daddy?
Correct.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if I'd want that told if I was him.
She's
Well,
different.
she's been kind of quiet lately, hasn't she?
I guess so. After she's calmed down,
Didn't
she and Brad Pitt had their battle.
Did she marry or have a
Ouch.
fling with Billy Bob Thornton, or did I really imagine that?
I think she was married to him. I just remember her having a vial of his blood around her neck. I just thought that was.
I mean, every lovebird does
kind of
that,
out
don't they?
there. Yeah, that was a little over the top, but to each his own.
Ooh, we got us another birthday coming in. Maggie Roberts says we need to wish Wayne Roberts his 67th birthday.
Yes.
I hope you made a cake, Maggie. I know you can cook. Don't be acting like you can't. One of
Happy
my
birthday. Then.
favorite guys that ever did this, and My First Taste of Texas had blue eyes and blue jeans. Anybody remember that? He was a great songwriter. He wrote a song and recorded it. It done pretty well. Waylon would come along and ask his friend Willie to help him sing it. It would be, well, what made Ed Bruce a household name. Born on Today, Ed Bruce. Had a bunch of country hits there. That was back when you could actually sing and not have to be the pretty boy to get a record deal.
Yeah.
Food for thought. Talent actually got you a deal.
I like the cowboy hats and the country music. I just think that's
Also noted for my heroes have always been cowboys.
that's a good one.
Yeah, that's
A good one.
He wrote a lot of great songs. 1947, this guy, you forget about him being in Cheers and only remember that one time he dated Whoopi Goldberg. I think
Yeah.
is what he will go down and be remembered for. Ted Danson, born on this date. Not my favorite actor, I'm not going to lie. He just never done anything that Woody Harrelson was a lot funnier in that than he was to me.
Yeah. Yeah, I never really got into that. I liked Kirstie Alley on there when she was on there.
Yeah, and why her mama just didn't name her Christy, we'll never know.
Because you always call her Christy.
I
You call her Christy Alley.
struggled for probably 20 years, and every time Kirsty would come up, I would say Christy.
Yeah.
It was very tough for me.
It's still unbelievable that she just passed away.
Like my friend Luce, she spells her name L-U-Z, and I called her Luz for the first 3-4 years I knew her. Luz, come here. My name is Luce. No, it's Luz. Bless her heart. You get renamed when you hang around me.
Yeah.
1970, I don't care if you listen to country music or not, you're going to know this song. It was on every elevator and every infomercial for years of buying it. I Never Promised You a Rose Garden went #1 on this date. It'd be some 30 years later that she'd be arrested for shoplifting.
Oh, goodness.
Bless her heart. It was her mind was there at the end,
Oh,
and
goodness.
we know how things happen. Sweet lady.
Sad, though.
It does. It happens to the best of everybody. You're not going to remember this young lady that I bring up next, but for one song. That's it. She tried, but it didn't go any further after that. Anybody remember the name Jessica Andrews and That's Who I Am? That was her big breakthrough song that she had. Somebody's granddaughter. And
Rosemary's granddaughter.
That's it. That was a
Spitting
beautiful.
image of her father.
She remembers some songs.
Yeah.
I could not remember
that
that
song.
line.
I liked it.
But she really didn't have any other songs after that. Sweet girl, I met her several times. Lady Annabella, who have now changed their name to Lady A, who is also being sued by a blues group, a lady that sings blues, because she goes, that's my name. You're
Yeah.
trying to infringe upon this, as they tried to get politically correct.
I would have never changed my name.
Yeah, I
But
mean,
that's
come
just
on.
me.
That's giving in.
It's ridiculous, but
They were #1 back in 2009 in the middle of the night. I need you now. It was that drunk text. Come on over, honey. Hadn't seen you in years, but you're sure looking good through the phone. Back in 2003, we only knew this guy from here down.
Wilson.
Yeah.
Wasn't that his name?
Yeah, sure was. He was the next door neighbor in Tim the Tool Time. Y'all remember this guy? Earl passed away on this date. He was the star of that show.
Yeah.
You couldn't help but love that show.
I know. It was just so funny because anywhere, it didn't have to be the fence. It didn't matter. He was just peeking over something.
Yeah.
You never saw his
And he
full
always
face.
had great advice. Tim always needed advice.
That's right. He'd go out there to him. And remember, he always get everything up backwards.
Yeah.
Yeah. When he'd go out there to ask advice for
Well,
something.
and truthfully, for all men, y'all admit this, I can't stand directions. I really don't. Look at the box, look at the picture, and then try to put it together. And if all else fails, get your wife to read the instructions and tell you what you done wrong.
Yeah.
That's really the way it's done in America. We all know that.
It's amazing what instructions will help you out with. And directions.
I really don't like those.
I know. A lot of people just don't ever use any kind of navigation or anything. They just know.
Nashville
Know
is
where they're
that
going
way.
till they get lost, and then they don't know anymore. Yeah.
The third house. But the problem today is you can't roll down your window and ask anybody for nothing because they don't know.
Remember the days where we had to stop, though, and use the payphone?
Oh, yeah.
You know, because we didn't have cell phones. So if you got lost, you better find you a payphone.
We had one
Or
in
broke
Scuba
down.
up by the Briggs 5 Point over there by the blinking light. It went away with the blinking light. All gone now. Scotty Ray and Candace, it's Thursday. Put a smile on for us.
J&J Tire and Muffler, located at 3420 8th Street, invites you by. And if you need a front-end alignment, make sure to try their new state-of-the-art alignment machine. No matter the size of your truck and car, J&J can align it. J&J also has touch-free mounting, laser wheel balancing, and as always, they provide preventive maintenance, including CV axles, shocks, struts, brakes. And they even do work on motorcycles. With the largest selection of new and used tires, along with exhaust systems. Locally owned and operated since 1978 in Meridian.
For something as vital as your eyes, you should have your lenses and contacts made with the utmost care and precision. And that's what Grayson Optical does on 24th Avenue. Since 1996, Grayson Optical's mission has been to provide Meridian and surrounding areas with quality eye care products. That's why we're locally owned and operated. And don't forget, custom-made sunglasses like Costa for your eyes only. When you need to see clearly, Grayson Optical. 2021 24th Avenue, Meridian. 601-693-6374.
One of the most important places to you is your home. That's why Patrick Allen Companies is proud to provide style, functionality, and security to your home. There's nothing quite like a well-designed overhead garage door or vinyl replacement windows, or the safety of a storm shelter to help your family feel protected. Patrick Allen offers doors and windows for commercial and industrial with dozens of innovative designs. Patrick Allen Companies, safety, service, and satisfaction.
Well, our friends at Lauderdale County Farm Supply opened up about 1 hour and 10 minutes ago. They've been open and doing business since 7:30. This is still here. Why? Because you're going to need this again. It may be getting warm today, but stock up now and be prepared for our next little cool snap as it comes. One of the most versatile things you will ever own, and they last. And I've got one that is probably 18 years old. They go and go and go.
Yeah, we've got one. We use it at the ball games.
If you're one of those that love to sit in your backyard and talk with friends and family, those are perfect. And well, you need somewhere to sit too. Rock your life away. Get you a great swing to sit back and take an afternoon nap. They got those also. Those are some kind of comfortable. And that new little feature right there for your sweet tea, the sweet tea holder is what that's called here in Mississippi.
That's right. Or it could hold your coffee cup that doesn't have a handle.
There you go. Jackets and a whole lot more. Sunglasses, of course, toboggans to keep you warm. And as we go into that deer section, they got it all there for you, from corn to feeders and those tinks, which is real popular right now as we get ready for the rut. See them with boots you'll need tomorrow with all that rain as it moves in tomorrow night. The farm supply, corn, seed for your horse and cattle, it's all there. Visit with them today. Steve be glad to help you out this morning there.
Yes.
Do you call that gold or yellow that you're wearing today?
It's like a mustard yellow. It looks more golden when the light's on it, but it's more of a mustard.
I've got mustard on me before, too.
Mustardy yellow. Yeah, I have too.
Am I the only one that has trouble? Do y'all remember the good old days when you could sit down at a restaurant, pick up the bottle and go squirt, instead of getting that little package and trying to figure out how to
sling it everywhere, or like the ketchup. The worst is those little flat-topped ketchup things you got to peel the top off of, to where you can never get it off at the end.
Help save America. Let's go back to bottles, y'all.
That's right. Yeah.
Just don't know how to say it. And you've heard of the Blaze. They're reporting a story, and I'm going to do this very carefully, how I word the story of how people sometimes have wrecks. You ever heard the old term, somebody sitting on the on a park bench and they go, "Get a room."
Yeah.
Quit necking. Get a room. Well, this couple should have, as they had a wreck and hit a FedEx driver head on. They were in the middle of a, let me think. Yeah. Both were wearing no clothes.
Yeah.
Whoops.
Not smart.
It was easy to tell what was doing from the injuries he received.
Oh, goodness.
Rushed to the hospital with no clothes, and, well, now your mama knows it, and you're in the national news everywhere across America now.
I'm sure he'll remember that moment for the rest of his life.
It's really funnier than you think.
Yeah.
Embarrassing for there's no way in life you would ever recover from this.
Yeah, you would not, probably.
Even if you move to a new subdivision, they're going to know about you.
Be embarrassing, to say the least. Yeah.
The things that go on across America. Here's another thing that their Congress has made a pass on this. And if you've ever picked up the phone and said, collect call from Lauderdale County Detention Center, well, that's the only way they can get out. But I did not realize that so much money was being made on this of people that were kind of in a bad place.
Yeah.
They have to make these collect calls, and it costs roughly, on average nationwide, about $15 for 5 minutes for them to talk. And the family members get stuck with this price because they do want to hear from their loved ones that are locked away for years. And they're saying it's just unaffordable for someone to do this. They're going to put a cap on this. We don't know what the rate will be. The cheapest is in an up north state where it's under $1, but the highest rings in about $15.80 for that 5 minutes. That is taking advantage of someone, in my opinion, during a bad time, because it's not the family's fault that happened.
You'll probably see a lot more people trying to sneak in, phones and stuff.
Oh, yeah, they're out there. It's called contraband.
That's right.
We see headlines all the time there. Ukraine getting bombarded. 120 missiles went in on them. Putin just will not give up. He has got a hatred for those folks that it's unreal. We do wish them luck, as it costs the American taxpayer tons and tons of money each day.
I mean, do we have a number as far as how many people have been killed over there? Probably.
I'm sure it's out there.
I would think it's up in numbers. Yeah,
and even you get on the Russian side of the amount of generals that have been taken out. Yeah. It's a lot.
I just feel for the families who are just the innocent victims of all that craziness.
Do you remember the Home Alone scene where the guy is trying to rob the house and he falls and he gets all bloodied up? Because this actually happened in real life as we show this. Georgia's where it was. He was robbing a home and he went to run away. Well, as we go to Daily Mail, this is what happened to him in the pic there from them. Whoops.
People grabbed him, or
he fell on the ice trying to escape the house.
Karma is not good.
Got arrested there, and they've put his mugshot out with all that. And again, you're innocent until proven guilty in a court of law, but they got a lot of evidence upon that.
Right. I would think the injury should be enough, trying to get away from.
If I were to be a criminal, I'd be that one that gets knocked out and I'm left at the scene and everybody else drives off and leaves you.
Yeah.
Wait. When they all get to run and they all look out for number one. That's without a doubt. Maybe you've got best. You ever gone into a business adventure with a friend?
No. I mean, I've worked with people that I was friends with. I work with friends now, but I'm not the owner. So.
A lot of people have taken ideas and went to a group of their friends, say 5, 6, 7, and go, look, I got this idea that I want to try to make a little money. Let's go in together. Well, this is the first time I've seen it done like this. They went and bought an old high school. It was in Pennsylvania, the entire high school. They took it and converted it to apartments and have rented it all out, and they're all doing quite well from their makings from it.
Huh. Well, that would be smart.
It's huge.
It'd be very smart.
Can you imagine the power bill at that joint?
A smart business.
Yeah, but that done well there.
Because they bought the school, for a total of $100,000.
Renovated.
I'm sure they had to renovate it, and like you said, but still, probably making money, as they say, hand over fist.
Yep. Rental property is a great thing to get into, and they're doing well. Pennsylvania, that's just a thought. A lot of people have done that also with huge churches before.
Yeah.
Of churches that moved on to better places or locations for whatever reason.
To me, it's so good to be able to do that and renovate places instead of just sitting there and falling down, with nobody in them. So.
Did you see where the Title 42 has been upheld, and they're going to have to turn around and leave now?
I did. I saw that. The Supreme Court upheld it for I don't know how long, but,
Well, let's hope that it stays there.
They would just leave it alone.
As we look at that, I was reading a story here to where it was a family that if you had a home near the border, you cannot imagine probably how many times you get knocked on or somebody takes something from your place because they just through all hours of the night. But they had some trying to break into a home there. They got it all on video. No one was hurt, but that's what happened when you have people that aren't citizens in our country.
I was listening to the news this morning. They were talking about Valerie Bertinelli, who played Barbara. Wasn't it Barbara on One Day at a Time?
Yeah.
And, her home they've been trying to break into her home. She's got cameras and security system and stuff. But now I think they said that she's trying to install like barbed wire or some kind of fencing around it. So, which is awful that you have to do that. I mean, but.
Here's something as we keep seeing more and more the rise of death of this snowstorm that came through in Buffalo, New York. The National Guard at this point is going door to door to check on people because I don't know if you've looked at the pictures. Buffalo got tore apart up there.
Yeah, it's bad.
Bill giving that testimony there. He bought an old church and turned it into a home. See?
That's neat.
There's lots of ways to save money and be smart with your money there. Let's see here. Josh Duker back in the news this morning. Y'all remember him from My Parents Have 25 Kids?
Yeah, the Duggars.
Yeah.
what is it, 16 something and
and
counting.
counting.
Yeah.
He's accusing guards of being too restraining to him, being too difficult. Nothing's going to become of it. Talk all you want. He's, hey, are you going to buy a ticket for this? Bill Cosby said he's coming back next year and starting a new tour.
I think I'll pass.
I don't know if he's going to have ladies' night or anything like that, but
Yeah, he is on up in age, too. He's
He
like
is.
85. So, I mean,
he could need a little cash to help pay legal fees at this point. That may be what he's up to. But look for that somewhere. I'm sure it'll be in some larger cities as they come across.
I would think people have a different view on him now since all that. I know it was bad when I found that out. It just ruined my
It was
whole-
shocking.
It just ruined because I used to love him and all the different little
Hey,
things
hey,
he
hey,
did.
it's Fat Albert.
Yeah, and the Jello pudding commercials and what was it, the Cosby Show and
All of those.
yeah,
As we
it was disappointing.
see that he fell from grace. I won't show this next video, but you often do think of those who work that overnight shift somewhere.
Right.
Oh, and the first thing that always comes to mind of a restaurant that's overnight, no matter what town you're in, is a Waffle House. You probably never know what they go through with people who stumble in who have had too much to drink and, well, they want to get rowdy.
Right.
It takes a tough waitress or waiter to handle what goes on in that. And that happened there as we look here across in Texas and she was tough. She was the cook back there flipping those, and a customer picked up a chair and chunked it at her, and she caught it with one arm.
I think
You don't mess with that woman. She's got
That's
12
right.
kids, and she knows how to deal with you.
That's right.
But seriously,
That's so awful though that they have to deal with that kind of mess.
yeah. So we think of her. There's
Yes.
a lot of folks that put up with things in their job they shouldn't have to, and that's one of those. I just don't know why they feel the need to do that.
Yeah.
Don't have an answer at all.
Some people just have they don't have any respect.
That's
number one,
right.
But they have no couth about them.
What was that song? RESPEC?
Find out what it means to me.
Yeah, that's it. Scotty Ray and Candace.
That's what that cook was saying. Find
Yeah, it
out.
was.
Just find out. Yeah.
We'll be right back.
For a child will be born, for us a son will be given to us, and the government will be on his shoulders. He'll be named Wonderful Counselor, Mighty God, Eternal Father, Prince of Peace. Merry Christmas and Happy New Year from Reed Tree Service.
Health Now is your locally owned medical equipment store. Every person's need is a little different, and they offer a little bit of everything from hospital beds, wheelchairs, reclining back wheelchairs, breathing treatments, CPAPs and supplies. They even have walkers, bath products, and oxygen now as they offer same-day service. They're open Monday to Friday, 8 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. and on call 24/7. Health Now Medical Equipment, where we treat our patients like family.
The Square Peg Mini Mall is located across from the Neshoba County Co-op in Philadelphia. And they're getting ready for the Christmas season with a large variety of furniture and over 30 vendors to browse through. You can take advantage of the layaway on furniture and not pick it up until Christmas Eve. The inventory is constantly updating, and there's always a chance for a surprise when you step inside. Family owned and operated, where they treat you like family. Come visit the Square Peg Mini Mall located at 335 West Main Street in Philadelphia.
Chet's probably already cleaning up his rod and reel this morning because I said sunshine. Great day to hit the water and go fishing. Matter of fact, it's a great place to drop by and see them. If you're needing some help with your car, got a little damage there, just remember this. If you ever need it, when it comes time to having something done to your car, Chet's Paint and Body. You'll find them out in the Center Hill area. 2961-737 is that number to get in touch with them. They can fix you up if someone ran a red light, whether it's a simple thing that you've done yourself, just a nick. Maybe you broke. This is one of the things of breaking a door handle. They do break after a while. Maybe it's just a door handle you need replaced. Well, Chet's team can fix all of that. Color match that door handle, put it back just like it used to be. Never know that it was replaced. See them today, from a major accident to a minor scratch. That's what they do at Chet's Paint and Body. Visit with them. They'll take care of the insurance work, all of that stuff for you. Great folks. You'll meet a friend today. 9888 Highway 495. What's on tap today? What are you doing?
I have to go work after this, my other job. But you were talking about fishing, though. I bet the boats will be all out in the reservoir today.
Oh,
It'd be a
it will
nice
be.
day. It would be nice.
Better today than tomorrow that we'll put there.
Take advantage of it while it's pretty.
Data is starting to come out, and they've had 700 millionaires escape the state of New York. They're kind of tired of where the state and what direction it's headed.
Yeah.
The only bad thing about that, I can tell you, is a lot of times the people that move because of the bad ideas bring their bad ideas with them and try to make the new state that they moved into change.
Yeah. Not everybody does that, but a lot of times they will.
Yeah.
You know, have their negativity with them and spew it out on everybody else.
That does happen there.
But no, I mean, I would imagine that would get old, though, all those different things going on and up in New York or anywhere where you got chaos and unlawful.
Not long ago, it was portions of Colorado that was trying to annex. They wanted out because the rest of Colorado didn't represent their family values, is the way it was told. Now, it never went anywhere, but they did make their point and get it across of, we don't believe quite like y'all do. It would be very hard-pressed at this point in time for a part of one state to drop out and get moved to another state.
Yeah.
I don't know that it would ever get approved.
Yeah.
It's a nice thought.
But, I mean, the main goal, people just want to live in peace, you know. Most people want to live a peaceful life and raise their children with morals, you know.
That's right.
They do. They don't want to live places where craziness and chaos are continuously going on. You know?
Keep reading more and more about this of folks with that little extra cash already going ahead and planning those underground bunkers with their house. This is big business now.
It is. If you've never been on any of these websites looking at some of these things, I mean, these are like underground homes.
Yeah.
Some of them. I mean, they're up in the thousands of square feet, some of them.
You don't have to worry about somebody just accidentally knocking on your door.
Right. Right. I mean, they have bedrooms, bathrooms down there.
Yeah.
I mean, for people who can afford that, that's great. Not everybody can.
Yeah, this is not only in the United States. It's a big article there about New Zealand cashing in on this as well. So might want to just take a look at that sometime when you get a moment there. I did see where Bob Marley, his son, has passed away at the age of 31. Such a young fella that has passed away there. Bob Marley, of course, being a legend.
Yeah.
Reggae. And yes, anytime the word reggae is mentioned, all I can think of is the Bellamy Brothers. Get into reggae cowboy.
I think of Milli Vanilli.
Oh, I remember them.
You remember that? Got in trouble for lip syncing or something?
Couldn't name one song that they did, but I do remember
I don't think
them
they
getting in
actually
trouble.
did it. I don't know.
You're right. It was all a big lip sync there.
Yeah.
Coming to the end of our time today is they're going to take it away from us whether we like it or not.
That's
They got
right.
other things to do.
They do. They have to move on from us. But we hope to see you back in the morning at 8 a.m. and hope you have a wonderful day and enjoy the warmer weather because, you know, it won't stay here long.
The Scotty Ray Report is brought to you by our following partners: